Welcome, everybody. My name is Andrew David. This is Blake Newbar's partner program, the High Performance Call, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern time. So if you missed it, tomorrow we got a special guest. I am going to send out a text to let everybody know. So please make sure that you are there and ready for questions when it comes to taxes and business credit, things like that. We're going to dive in, especially applicable in North America. But really, guys, this plays out no matter where you're at. So be ready for that. So Robert, tomorrow's a great time and I can get you the link for it. So with that question. Now, here's the thing. So yesterday, I've been kind of looking at, I was, had some people that mentioned a couple of books to me, some books that I'm thinking about that I will probably pick up. But there was one that I grabbed that I ordered that I've read before, but it's been a long, long time. And it's not one that I've gone in depth on, so we will probably go more in depth on it later on. But the book is The Magic of Thinking Big. Anybody read that one? Magic of Thinking Big. Absolutely phenomenal book. Great way to look at life. We've got to think and be bigger than we are. So, only quote that I really wanted to talk about today, there was two things. Number one is this a very small line that I saw that was just kind of highlighted. And it's, okay, I'll give it a try, but I don't think it's going to work out. That attitude that I get so often from people. Well, I want to give it a try. I want to give it a shot. Hopefully this is something that works. I'll see how it goes. I want to, we'll see how it is. I'm going to give it my best. Quickest way that you can sabotage your life, your work, and your effort in any venture, be it this, the partner program, a relationship, workout, whatever. The fastest way, guys, I think you can sabotage it is to go into it with the attitude of, well, I'm going to give it my best shot, see what comes about. I'll see what'll happen. It's walking through life with an excuse in your back pocket, right? It's saying, well, I'm going to give it my best shot, but, I'm just not sure. I don't think it'll work. And what happens many, many times is that's what you've done. And we're taking a failure from the past and we're saying, well, it didn't work then, so this one probably won't. I'm giving it a shot because I'm optimistic, but it probably won't work out just like the other ones didn't. I can't tell you how many times I hear that. And I just look at people and go, how is it that you think that's being optimistic, that's an attitude or a vision for success? We apply it to business so often, especially internet businesses. We apply it to new ventures frequently. Think about the relationships that you've had in your life or the relationship that you're in for some of you. If you went into it and said, let's go on a date. I really don't think it's going to work out long term. I don't plan on spending any time with you, but I'll give it my best. How do you think your partner would react? Now let's look at the fact that you're in the relationship and maybe you've been there for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, some of you even more. If you went in and said, honey, I'll give it my best. It's not going to work anyway. Well, then don't do it. Curtis, I'm kidding. Andrew, why bother? If that's going to be your attitude, then forget about it. We won't do that anyway, right? Guys, your business almost reacts the same way. The universe is going to react the same way. If that's the attitude that you want to have going in, then that's the result you're going to get. You're absolutely right. It's not going to work. The other quote that kind of goes along with that, remember, if you think you're weak, you are. If you think you're inadequate, you are. If you think you're second class, you are. If you think you don't deserve it, if you think that it's not going to work, it won't. And that's just it. Knock it off. Quit going through life thinking, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I just don't know if it's going to work. So start to build up some confidence. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about that. One of the biggest things that you can do with confidence is first that clarity. And next is action. Just take action. Take action with the intent and the idea and the visualization that this can and will work. One of the biggest issues that people have when it comes to that, though, is they set this unrealistic expectation of when success will occur. And if you want to go all the way back to one of the trainings that I've done on this success equation, time is one of those variables. Time is this immutable thing. It happens. Time will pass. How much time will pass before you reach success depends on my level of expertise, my level of effort, the capital that I put into it, whether it be my capital or someone else's, my expertise or someone else's, timing of the market, everything else, right? David's kind of asking about crypto. I don't think we're going to talk about crypto tomorrow, but if I put money into crypto, recently, and I'm expecting a certain result, I'll tell you the last week and a half, 2 weeks have not given me the result I would like when it comes to the world of crypto. And I don't know how many of you are trading, but there was, a couple of days, I took a quick screenshot yesterday and sent to a buddy and went, this red line going down is not what I wanted to see, but it happens. And then you keep moving. I know that'll end up working out fine, but look at where you're at, guys, and what you have going on. If you think you're going to struggle, then I guarantee you there will be struggles there, or that you'll struggle more with the struggles, because struggles are part of life, right? Frustration is part of life. That stuff's going to happen. How we decide when we're going into it, I'm cool with the struggles because I know they're there, but I also know I can overcome it. Great. Bring on the struggle. Hell, make the struggle as big as possible, because then I know that there's the bigger blessings on the other side. That's my attitude. But if you go into it going, damn, I'm going to struggle. Man, this is going to be hard. This is going to be, I don't know if I can do it. If that's your outlook, that's going to be your output. That's what the universe is going to kick out for you. So guys, I need you to flip that around. I need you to recognize how worthy you are of those blessings and of those accomplishments and everything else. I need you to recognize your potential. I need you to recognize that you haven't tapped into so many things in your life that you're capable of. And I don't care if you're in your 20s or your 30s or your 50s or your 60s or your 70s or above. I've seen people succeed with these online businesses at any age that you can think of. Right? Make it happen. Quit bitching and moaning. Quit giving it your all. Stop that. I'm going to give it my best shot. Knock it off. Just don't. Because you're better than that. You're better than the excuse you've been walking around with in your pocket. And you're capable of a hell of a lot more than you think you are. I've talked a little bit about him. James Lawrence, the Iron Cowboy. Okay. How many of you guys remember me talking about? How many of you guys have actually taken time and gotten on YouTube or Netflix and watched the documentary that's there? Has anybody? Write this down, please. Iron Cowboy. If you have Amazon Prime, download Amazon Prime Video. You've got it on Roku, on your smart TV, on your phone, whatever. Look up the Iron Cowboy documentary with James Lawrence. This is a man who did 50 triathlon distances. So you have your swim, you have your bike, and then you have your full marathon, right? Was it 2.3 mile swim, something like that, 2.1, 2.3 mile swim, somewhere along that, 113 mile bike, and then a full marathon. He did 50 of those in 50 days in 50 states. Boom. Watch the story of that. Because up until a few years before that, he did 30 in 1 year and shattered what people thought the human body was capable of. He did 30 in a year and shattered the previous record. Then he comes along and goes, that's not enough. And he did 50 in 50 days and he crossed 50 states in order to do it. Yesterday, he completed his 100 strong, which was 100 full triathlon distances in 100 days, consecutive days.
Wow.
100 in 100 days. The 50-50 was crazy. If you go back and you look at, and I'm sure there's going to be a new documentary there, and I follow him on Instagram, and so I'm watching, and every single day I would watch the Instagram stories and their videos, these short videos of him doing the swim and having to be there at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and certain days where it's snowing outside and he's doing the swim, and then he's doing the bike, and then he's doing the marathon, and some of these days where he's injured, and so he's walking the marathon almost with people helping him, like he's struggling. He was in pain. He got through certain injuries, and then it got better for a while, and then it got worse, and then just on like 100 triathlon full distances in 100 days, guys. What do you think he did today after the 100? Why did he do it? So he went out to do it in part to kind of prove that he could, but he also he raised awareness on Underground Railroad and helping with human trafficking. That was the charity that he helped promote. But a big part of what he did, and the reason he did it, is not just to prove to himself, but to push people and kind of be that inspiration, like, look what you're capable of. Rick, you're absolutely correct. He went out for one more today, just for giggles, just for a victory lap. After completing 100, and so many people came out and swam with him yesterday, and some did the full triathlon, some did just the bike. I know a couple of people that did the marathon with him, and he spoke to everybody. And I don't think he told that many people. I log on today earlier with Instagram, and I pulled him up, and it's got him getting out of the pool after a swim, and it says time for a victory lap. And now he's on his bike ride right now. How many excuses do you think he lets affect him? How many times do you think people told him he couldn't do it? How many times do you think he told himself, I don't know if I can finish this? And he just did it. He's been stretching, relaxing, and healing every single day, right? Massage almost every single day, chiropractor, like the sleep chamber, like everything he can, because otherwise his body just wouldn't be able to handle it, right? The amount of calories, everything else. So he was doing it in his home state in Utah. Between the bike and the run, he'd end his bike at his house. He would sit down for a meal and then go run. He wasn't doing it for time. He was doing it simply to do it, to simply show, here you go. Guys, you need to go and figure out what excuses you've got in your back pocket and say, it's time to stop listening to that. It's time to just overcome and just get it done. And sometimes that quote that I have of the ability to deal with the day-to-day monotony is an underappreciated superpower. That came straight from James Lawrence, because every single day he was doing these things, and most people take a lot of it for granted. Guys, some of the biggest things that you're going to have to do with this or anything else is just deal with all of that and keep pushing yourself through. Quit making excuses. Be the best version of yourselves and go out and accomplish something. Rise up from the ashes, the world burning around you. Be the phoenixes that you should be. On that note, go be amazing. All right.